Hey guys, welcome back. Let's talk about how we can create a weather app using HTML, CSS and also JavaScript. So let's look at the project. When I search the country name or city name, you can find out on there, and I'm going to click on the search and you will get the result right now. This is the temperature, cloud, name of the country, temperature, and also you will get the future cost, right? Fire cost, you can say that, and those are data, right? And yeah, I'm gonna search another country like okay, you will get different result right now, right? And when you will search any other things, you will get the error, city not found, or country code is like 404 means not found. So let's look at that, how we can create it. So I'm going to open my code editor. Inside that have index.html, styler, css and script.js, and also I have an image that we're going to use as a background. So without further ado, let's get it started. Write the code. So I'm going to write the container. I really like to write container. In the container I will create a wrapper class. In the wrapper class I will divide the two section, image section and the next one is content section. In the image section we're gonna add the image and many other things. So in the image I'm gonna use default info. In the default info I will use the default day. H2 I'm gonna add default day, right? And the default day I will use like Sunday, and I'm gonna add that class default date like first we're gonna check it what France like 18 September. So I'm gonna get the data from there, right? So right, the next one is we need to add the image, right? So I'm going to use icons. In the icons I'm going to add the image, leave the source because I will get the image from other platform, and I'm going to use h2 use class weather temp. After that I will use h3 and use the class cloud txt, and the weather temp I will use this one content, and in the overcast I'll get that and paste on there, right? Because we need to set the time. Perfect. So let's move on the content section because I want to display some content. So in the content, first of all I'm going to add the form tag. In the form tag I will use the input type text, placeholder will be search, location, or you can write any name you want, leave a class, button type submit, search. Also I'm going to add the btn search. After that I will use the class day info. In the day info I will add the content. On each content I will display different type of data like title, so name, span, value 1, or you can use any name you want. So I'm going to use United Kingdom, right? So this is our first content. The next one is I need to get that, yeah, perfect. Get that and paste it. The second one I need to add it temp. So temperature I will use like 23. So I have a data file, so I'm going to get the data like to C there, right? So this is the temperature. So the next one is I need to get that, and then I'm going to add the humidity, and this will be 2%, right? And finally I will add the wind speed like 40. First we're gonna check it what to one like this one. So I'm gonna add that, right? So I'm gonna open my this code in the browser right now. So content has been up here. So let's move on the CSS, but before moving on the CSS, I need to work on the another node list. So inside the day info, not there, inside the content section. So this is the form section, this is a so after that I will use the class list content, and the list content I will use UL ally tag, and the ally tag I will add the image, leave the resource because I will get the image from other platform, and then I'm going to use span, use the day like Saturday, and span. So I'm going to get this one data like, so this will day temperature, day temp, like this one. Perfect. So this is our content, so I need to get that, paste 4 times. Right, so our structure has been ready now. So let's move on the CSS. In the CSS, step number 1, you need to reset the property like box sizing, border box, and margin is 0, padding is 0, and I'm gonna select my body tag, and I'm gonna use background color hash 374F, and I will use height for 100% or 100 VH vertical height, and I want to display the content in the center of the page, so I'm going to use display flags, align item center, justify color center, and also I'm going to use font families, power prints, sensitive. Alright, so save, and let's look at that. Perfect. And then I need to select the container. In the container I will use max width 800 pixel, width will 100%, and I'm going to use background color hash 232931. This is dark color, and by the way I will use the color is white, border radius I will use 25%, and also I will use box shadow 0, 5 pixel, 15 pixel, RGB 0, and 0.35. This is opacity. First we're gonna save it, and let's look at that. Right, 25 pixel. Then I need to select the wrapper, and the wrapper have a content, so like in a minute I will show you. So this is a wrapper class. Inside the wrapper have a 2 section. The first one is image, and the next one is content section. So we're gonna use display grid template column repeat. I'm gonna add it, the first one. No, I will use 3FR. The first one is, and the second one is 4FR, and I will use grid gap to make a space 1 there. So we're gonna save it, and let's look at that. Right, let's select the image section. In the image section I'm gonna use border radius 25 pixel, and we're gonna add the image URL image bg, background position center, and background repeat, no repeat. Then I will use the background size like that, cover. Right, so we're gonna save it, and look at that. So I want to add the overlay effect on there, so I'm gonna select that, use column before, and we need to use the position relative inside there, and inside there I'm going to use content non, position is absolute, and width 100%, height is also 100%, and I'm going to add the background color is linear, background liner gradient 135 degree, the first one, and the color code is hash 5c6bc0, and this is a 10%. The next one is hash 0 D47F1, and this will be 100%. Right, so first we're going to save it and let's look at that. Image section position. Okay, I'll just set index -1, then it should be display. No, I think something's wrong, so I'm going to check that position is absolute, position is right here, colon before, so I need to select the image section. Perfect, everything is perfect. Just a minute, I'm going to remove this one, so save, and yeah, it's up here behind the scene, but I will move it. Right now, as you can see, it's up here right now. Perfect, but I will use the opacity 0.5 to display as a lighter right now, and I will use the Z index on there to display that clearly. And also I will round at the corner of the border, so I will use the border radius 25 pixel. So, and look at that, right? And if you decrease the opacity like at right now, right, but I will use the same opacity 0.5, and also I will add another feature like transform. It's called 1.03, and also I will use the 3D perspective 200%, so it will display as a 3D type right now, as you can see. Perfect. Right, so let's move on the next one section. In the next one I need to select the default info, so I need to check that content section, day info. I think here a default info. I need to go on top. Yeah, here is the default info, so I need to select that. Use default info, and I'm going to use the padding all side 1.5 rem to make a space, and I'll use text align center, so everything will appear in the center of the left side. Right, so let's select the default info, and I'm going to select the image because I will add the image on later. This time I'm going to use that 80% of the width. Object fit is cover, and margin is 0, and auto to display the image in the center of the left side. And then I'm going to select the default info H2 font size 3 rem, H3 I'm going to use font size 1.3 rem, and also I'm going to use the text transform capitalize. So I'll look at that. Right, perfect. So I need to select this one area, and in there I need to select it and use the font size for font weight is 800 pixel, not a pixel, just 800. Right, cool. Yeah, I need to select the content section, so I'm gonna leave this one area. So content section, so I need to select the content section. In the content section, step number 1, you need to use the same padding you have used on top, so I'm gonna use 1.5 rem right now in the right side, and then I need to select the content section, have a font tag. So in the font tag I will use the margin top and bottom 1.5 rem, left and right 0 rem, because I need to make a space. Select the content section, and then form input field. So in the input field I will use width 84%, outline none, background is transparent, and border I will use 1 pixel, solid hash like this one. Border radius I will use 5 pixel, padding 0.7 rem, 1 rem, Font family I will use inherit, and color is white. Font size I will use 1. So, and look at that. Right, so I want to display the button in the right side of the content. So the step number 1, you need to select the form tag. In the form tag, you need to use the position is relative. So it's position relative. Then you need to select the same thing like this one, but this time you need to select the button tag like that. And the button tag, I need to add the position absolute, and I'm going to use top 0 and right also 0 because I want to display that in the right side. Then I will use the border radius, top right radius 5 pixel, and top right bottom radius, right. And then I need to add the padding 1 rem, 0.5 rem. Font family is inherit, and font size I will use 0.8. Outline none. Border also, yeah, I will use none. And background I will use hash 5C6BC0, and color is white, cursor is pointer like that. So, and look at that. So in the top side have a corner, in the left side have a cross or normal button tag, right? So let's move on the content section. So I need to select this one, day info, right? And inside they have a content, so I need to select that dot content. So I'm gonna add display flags, justify content space between, and I'm gonna use the padding top and bottom 0.4 rem 0, right? Have a space between content. Right, cool. So let's move on the title, day info dot content and title tag. So I'm gonna use font weight is 800, not 600 is best. So let's select the list content, have a URL tag. So I'm gonna use display flags, justify content space between, and align item center. List style type is none, and I'm going to use margin top and bottom 3 rem to make a space, left and right 0 rem, and I will get the box shadow code from top of my page, like where it is, like this one. So I'm going to get the same code and I'm going to paste on there. So we're going to save it. Let's look at that. But inside they have an image. You can't see the effect on there, but you will able to see everything is clear. Right, so let's move on the list item, list content, and your ally tag. First we're gonna remove the where it is like there. So this time I'm gonna remove this one source. Yeah, so remove it. I will add the image source already. This time I'm gonna leave it. Right, cool, because I need to design that. Right, so yeah, I'm gonna use a padding 0.5 rem all side of the ally tag, and I'm gonna use display flags. Flags direction I'm gonna use column, align item center, and I'm gonna use border radius 1 rem is best. And finally I need to select the same thing, but I need to add the transition. I will use the hover effect on there 0.3 SN. Then I'm going to select the same thing, but this time I'm going to add it hover effect as transform scale 1.1, and my background color is white, color is hash 2 tutu, like this one. And I'm gonna use the same box shadow that I used on there. Last thing I'm gonna add it cursor pointer, right? Also I will add the image in a minute, because I will add the image. img, sorry, width 50%, object fit is cover. So this is our design. Everything is designed right now, right? Let's add the images inside our project. So I go to my browser in Google and I'm gonna open wealth.org image, and you need to open the first one link. Inside that you'll get this one image. So this is the image path, and this is the image icon name, and this is the size. So you need to get that. I'm gonna get it and go to my in a minute, and I'm gonna paste it inside the source, source. The image should be appear, and also I'm gonna add the image inside my main, and inside that I will increase the size of the image. So let's look at that right now. As you can see, the images are appear inside my web page, and cool things. So everything is perfect on there. So I'm going to kill all the other tabs and go to my JS file. But before going to JS, I'm going to add the class on there is input field, because I will use that inside the JavaScript. So let's move on the JS. So in the JS, I will display the day and dates. So I have a file details.php, details.md. I'm going to get that, and I'm going to create an array const and use this. Inside that I'm going to paste my data, but also I need to use a equal sign, right? So I will use these days to display the particular days with the help of date inside our weather app. So let's get the date const and the element, and I'm going to use document.query selector. The step number 1, you need to get the data. So inside the day default, I'm going to get the data and assign the data inside my variable. The next thing is you need to get the date element. Inside the element, I need to add the day for that, right? So we will display the dynamic data with the help of JavaScript. So let's use the JavaScript to display the data. Right, cool. So display the data. So I'll create a variable const and I'm going to use new create object of that. Then we will use the day like this one to get the current date, right? But I need to get the day from my object, from my days array. So I need to use day name and I need to use a equal sign, and then I'm going to target my days array. Inside the array I need to use array, and I need to target my day object like this one, and I'm going to use the get day function that help us to getting the day. So first we're going to comment her and you'll get the particular day. I'm going to use day name, right? So serve, and look at that inside the console. So right now the particular days appear inside my console, right? And also I'm going to use it as a dot on the right side, like there. It's best, perfect. Alright, so we have successfully getting the data from the date and assign the data inside our variable, but we need to display the data inside my page like there. So I need to select my day element and use dot text context and assign the day none, like that. I'm going to save it, and you are able to see the days appear. But also we need to display the date, right? So let's add the date. So we're going to use same thing to display the date, right? So in a minute, date, this will be displayed there. So in the date I will create a month. This is my variable, target my day object that I have made on earlier, like this one. Inside that I need to use two local string. This is a function, which type data you want to get. I will use the default, and we need to use the parameter inside the curly bracket. The parameter is month. I need to get the month, and long way means long term, means long days, month, and I need to get the date. So I'm going to use the same thing to get the date, like this way. Last thing I need to add the year, so I need to use date dot get year, get for year. You will get the complete year. So when you will use it inside the console, you will get the month, date. By the way, this is the current date, month, and year. You will get that inside the console right now. But I want to display those data inside my application, so I need to target that element, and I need to get those content and assign it as a text content, like that. But also I need to add the concatenation sign and the space of each variable, like that. So remove it and you'll get the date. Right, so this is day and date, and also year. But just a minute, I'm gonna comment just a minute. I need to make a space, so it should be displayed. Right, but I will display the in a minute which type data has appeared. Date, month. Okay, so I will use date on there and month on there. So yeah, it's perfect. So let's work on the API to disable the current weather inside there. But before using the API, I'm gonna add the event when user will click on the button, right? So I need to get the button data, const button element document.query selector, and I need to select the button, and also we need to get the input element value, right? So where it is, like that. So I need to get the const input document.query selector. When user will click on the button to add something, like display the add event, display something, like this one, add event listener, click event, and then I need to use function e. This is the element. You can pass any parameter as well. I'm going to use that. Use console.log working. First we're going to check it's working or not, so I'm going to use working is not defined. Why? Okay, I need to add in double quotation. Right now it's working right now. So inside the event I need to check the input value. So I'm going to use check empty value. So I'm going to use if input element dot value, right? We need to use value triple equal to empty, come into the if statement, otherwise come into the else. In the if statement I'm going to use console.log. I just use alert box. Please fill in the blanks. Otherwise I will use the console.log working, right? So by the way, this is the input field, like this one. When user will enter something on there, then you are able to see working. Otherwise, when I click on that, I'm able to see please fill in the blank, right? So I need to use opposite of that. So I'm going to use exclamation sign, means this code will execute when it will false. So inside there I will use that, please enter city or country none, and inside this one field I will add the code to display the current weather image, temperature, and many other things. So first of all, I will use when user will click on that, then I will use input.value equal to empty. So I will use something, click on that, okay, not equal to empty. Just a minute, I need to use single action. Alright, something, click on that, you can't see. Alright, please fill in them. Everything is working perfectly. So let's move on the API. So select open wealth, this one website. You need to create an account on this one website, right? Open wealth map like this one. Open weather, sorry for that. So this is the website, by the way. You need to open that and you need to create an account on that. Once you create an account, then you need to click on your particular icon and go to my APIs, and you need to get the API. And I'm going to open it inside my notepad. The next thing, you need to get the API. So this is the API key. Every user have a different API keys. So I'm going to get the API that will help us to getting the country's weather result, right? So just a minute, what happened, I don't know. In a minute, I'm going to refresh my page. Inside this one page, once you click on the API, and then you need to go on down and select the current and forecast weather data collection. Inside there, you need to select the current weather data API, select on that, you will get the APIs from there. So let's look at that. I go to down and yeah, I will select this one API. This is a search, city name or country name, and this is the API key. Just a minute. So I need to get that. I'm gonna paste it inside my, and I need to get my API and paste it inside there. And this is my country name. Let's say I have a France. So you need to get that and open it inside new tab. You'll get the result. If you face any problem to getting this one type result, you need to check your API key or your query name or country name, right? So you have successfully received the data, means API key and like API also. So let's add the API key. So I need to get my API key and go to my code editor. So I'm gonna paste it inside my Fonts API, right? So inside the input element, when user will enter something inside the input field, then I will use the API key. So I'm going to create a const API underscore URL, and yeah, I will use that as this one API key, right? And by the way, inside the France, I'm going to add the curly brackets, and yeah, first I'm going to use dummy, and inside the equal sign I will use the just a minute, I'm going to get that and use literal template, paste it, then I'm able to target my variable. So in the API ID, I need to pass my API ID variable that I have assigned on top, and inside the query / France, I'm going to passing the parameter like inside the country name or city name. You can write any name as you want, but this name doesn't exist anywhere inside my page, right? So you will face the problem. So let's fix this one issue, how we can manage it. So I will create a function, right? So I'm going to get it from there, and I will create a function. The function name is find location. write the name and passing the parameter like this. So I need to pass this one parameter inside my country name. We are receiving the API from my top of page, and the complete data is up here inside my API URL. The next thing is you need to use the try and catch, right? So you need to cut that because I will use the async function. So try catch, and yeah, I'm going to use error, and inside that I'm going to paste my API, right? So let's work on that. So I'm going to use console.log, and I'm going to use API URL, right? And I'm going to get this one function and paste on my add event listener. When user will click on that, then I'm going to passing the parameter on there is const search, and I'm going to use input dot value. Means user will enter something inside the input field. I need to get the input field data and assign the data inside the variable. Then I'm going to pass the variable value inside my function. This function is used to add the parameter as a name and passing the parameter as a API query. Then you will get the result. So let's look at that. What you will get the result. I'm going to use France. Hit enter. As you can see, the France name has been appeared. I'm going to use the United Kingdom like that. You are able to see the United Kingdom has been appeared. Means you will write anything else inside the input field, you will get the current value and assign the value inside the variable. The particular variable will pass on the function, and inside the function have a simple console.log to display the current value inside the console, right? Perfect. Next thing is you need to use the const data. Create a variable, and we need to get the API keys data and assign the data inside my data variable. So let's do the how you can do that. I'm going to use fetch function and passing the API URL, but I will use the asynchronous function that help us to make it very easy. So I need to use async function. You need to use async function. This is a keyword. Once you use this one keyword, then before the fetch function you need to use await. Once you use await, then you will get the result inside the console. So let's check it now. What you will get right now. I'm able to see the data is appear, but it is not readable. So we need to convert it as a JSON format. Once you convert it, then we will able to see everything inside our console. So let's convert it. So const result. I'm going to use something await, and yeah, I will target my data.json. That's it. Then I will use the console.log result. Then you will get the particular country data inside your web page like there. Right now, as you can see, cloud name of the particular country that you have searched, and weather, and yeah, you have all of the data. So we will get the data from there, and we're gonna assign the data inside our application, right? So let's add the application data. Let's add the data inside our application. So I go to index.html page. Inside there I need to get this one data, but without icons. I need to get it, and I'm gonna use const HTML and assign the literal template on that, right? So yeah, perfect. So we need to add the image, right? So I need to get this one in a minute. I'm gonna find the image code. Where is the image? Weather, and yeah, icon. This is the icon code. So I need to select the weather, Inside the weather have a 0 index, inside the 0 index have a icon, right? So I need to select this one data, this one ID and ID to get the particular image and assign the display the image inside my web page. So let's add that. So this is a code 102, so I need to use little template on there, right? And inside that I need to target my result like this one that have a data. Inside the result have a weather, right? Inside the weather have an index number 0. Inside the index number 0 have an image, so I have an icon. So let's check it now one more time. Icon, weather, 0 index, and the ID of icon. So the next one is weather temperature, so you need to get it from weather. So yeah, I'm going to show you. First I'm going to write the France. Just a minute, I need to use console.log, and okay, I need to, just a minute, France. Okay, I need to, just a minute, I need to cut it, and one more time, just a minute guys, this is a, okay, France, unexpected error, where it is, and one more time, let's use France, right? So we need to get the temperature and description, right? So we need to go on where it is, man, yeah, inside the man have a temperature like this one, so we need to get this one data. So I need to use dollar result like this one dot man dot temp. By the way, you will get the result, but it is not readable. In a minute I will show you how you can display those data inside your web page, inside there. So I'm gonna select my icons, then container, and I'm going to use document accuracy selector like this one. So after this one I want to use insert edges HTML, and after begin, and I'm going to use HTML. Then those data will appear inside my web page. So first we're going to save it and look at that. Then I will search in right now, as you can see. So this is my data, but we need to use this one dot inner HTML equal to empty. So let's try it one more time. France right now. So this is my image and this is my current centimeter or temperature now, but we need to convert it, right? So let's check it now how we can convert it. So I'm gonna cut it, and yeah, I'm gonna cut it, and I'm gonna use the math.round, and inside that I'm gonna paste this one, and also we use negative 275 point. After that I will use concatenation sign, and I'm gonna get the in a minute, like C, like this one, and paste on there. Just a minute, get it and paste in there, right? So it should be display the C as well. So I'm gonna search next one, country Italy. Okay, Italy. Okay, that's fine. So France. Why I can't see the data? Math dot rounded. Okay, here's a mistake. Math dot rounded. Rounded. France. Yeah, it's perfect, but I am able to see concatenation sign, but I need to remove it and use like this. France. Perfect. The next one is we need to display the description, right? So inside there I need to get the description from there. So let's find out the description. So I need to select the weather and we need to get the description like this one. So we need to select my weather. Inside the weather I have 0 index and I have a key is a description, so we need to select it. So I'm gonna get remove it, use just a minute I mean this. I need to select my result dot weather, and in the weather I have a 0 index and the 0 index have a description, right? So you will get the description. So use France. Right now as you can see the description has been appeared. When you will enter any other country name, Italy. Right now as you can see the image has changed and also my content also has changed. So let's work on the right side content like there to change everything when user will enter something inside there. Let's say enter the name like country name. But before moving on that I will use a very simple and easy way to do that. So in a minute I'm gonna use this one complete data because I need to in a minute I need to just use comment on there and I will write the function name display image content and temp. So function display image content like that and passing the value on there. So you need to pass the value on there, right? And yeah, once you pass the value then you need to use return letter template start letter template clause, right? So you can pass any parameter inside there, but I'm gonna pass the result variable. So this is a passing on there. When you will use the data on there or any other content, then you need to get it and paste on one by one on the result variable. You need to change it, right? Once you done that, then you need to copy this one function and paste it inside there, inside the find location function. Then you will get the same result. First we're gonna save it and France. No, something is wrong, so I need to check that. Where is the problem right now? So image container. Okay, we need to store those data, but before storing that, so I'm gonna get it and paste on there just like this one. So you will get the same result, but the best way is you can store it inside the content. So I'm gonna get this one variable and passing on there, you will get the same result. So let's find out. Right, cool. As you can see, let's add the tree. Okay, but when I enter something, you will get the error. So we need to fix this one error and display the error message inside our left side. Then we're gonna work on this one area, right? So I will use the if else statement to check the condition. So then display the data, otherwise display the error message. So I'm gonna use if and inside the if I need to select my variable. So this is a code, that code is appeared inside my result variable. So we need to select this one code and we need to check the 404 error. So I'm going to select the result.code is not equal to same thing that I used on top of my page, not equal to empty, not equal to is 404. Then come into the if body, otherwise come into the else body. In the if body, if everything is perfect, to display the message, otherwise display the alert box, like this time just to check that error, and I will share you how does work it, right? And yeah, so first we're gonna check it. I'm gonna do something okay in a minute. I think okay, because I have assigned this one content on there. Okay, I will get that and paste inside there. So write something invalid. Why this block doesn't work right now? Result dot, okay, here's a mistake guys, result dot code. Write something right now, this is error, but I want to display this one error inside my web application. So I need to select the else statement. In the else statement I'm going to get those data, paste on there, but before paste on that we need to use the literal template, and inside the math.random I need to cut it, and also we need to cut that, and we need to get the object keys data on there. So we need to select the code dot code, and we're gonna get the message from there. So I need to use on there is code and result dot code, and we need to remove this one, result dot code, and inside there I need to use result dot what is the next one is message, right? So and also we're gonna store those content inside my message variable, and then I need to select my icon container like this one, complete code, and paste on there. Just copy your message and paste on there, right? If everything is clear, then we're gonna display the data or current weather, otherwise we will display the error message inside our same page. So write something, click on that right now, 404, this is a message, city not found. But when you will enter something perfect, you are able to see everything is working perfectly, right? So let's work on the right side, like display the name, temp, humidity, or wind speed, and many other things. So I'm gonna use same tactics that I've used on here. So this is a display image content. So we're gonna use same thing to display the right side content. So in the right side content, I'm going to use function right side content, and I'm going to passing the parameter like this time I'm passing the result. So inside the result I need to use return keyword, return, just like the return, and we need to get the data, which data, like this one data, this one, and many other data. So yeah, I need to get the one by one data, and we need to change that. So I'm gonna get this one data and paste on there, right? And we need to arrange it like that. So we need to add the name, so I need to cut that, use result dot name, right? Then we're gonna display the temperature, so I need to get the same content from there and paste on there. You will get the temperature, right? But I need to pass the result variable as well on there, because this is the result. And you need to get the humidity, and you need to get it from, just a minute, result dot man dot humidity. So let's check it now, this is perfect or not. So man, and inside the main, yeah, humidity, you need to get it and paste on there. Perfect. And finally I need to add the percentage as well on there, and this is a C%. And last thing I'm going to add it speed, so I need to get it and paste on there. But this time I'm going to use the another key in a minute. I'm going to use the wind speed. So I'll leave other things, and I'm going to get this one function, go to my top of my page, and inside the if statement, inside there I need to paste it. This is listable and display right side content, right? So right side content, and I'm going to paste the function. Inside the function you need to pass the parameter, so you need to pass the result function, right? And I want to disable display this one data inside my web page, so I need to select my day info variable, just a minute, like this way, and select it day info element, and you write any image you want. So I'm going to get it, and I need to use same tactics, paste the info element, and inside there you need to paste the right side content. But also you need to select it and use the inner HTML is equal to empty, right? So I'll look at that, right? The France. Okay, something is wrong. So where is the wrong thing? Right side content, the info installation. So yeah, everything is written. Content result name method around, and it's perfect. And I think something is wrong on there, but first we're gonna check it. No, I think, yeah, I need to check that. Then for key selector, key select, everything is perfect. Just a minute, I'm gonna check it what is problem right now. So right side content, I'm gonna use it like this way and copy and paste on there, and let's try it one more time. France, yeah, it's perfect. So this is my variable mistake, so I have repeated the same name with the variable and with function. So yeah, that is a mistake, so this is my mistake. So last thing is very interesting, is display the forecast and also display the days, right? So let's find out how we can use this one techniques. So you'll get the different API. Also in a minute I will share you need to get the longitude, latitude and longitude. So here is the data. With particular country have a different longitude and latitude, means current location data with the help of Google. So you need to get those data. So let's look at that, how we can do that. So I will create a function display forecast. I will use that, and inside there I need to pass two parameters, latitude and longitude. I'm going to use that like this one, right? then you need to use const and you need to add the forecast API. This is a, by the way, variable API. In the forecast have a different API, so in a minute I will show you where is API. City name, state, and in a minute I will show you where is the forecast API. So you need to visit on the same page right now, as you can see. So this is latitude and this is the longitude, so you will get this one type of data, like this one API open weather map.org and so on and so forth. So you need to get this one API, and I'm gonna show you and paste it inside this one area. You need to paste your API key. So I'm gonna paste my API key, and the next one is I need to get the longitude and latitude. So this is the latitude, copy, and I'm gonna paste it latitude on there. And also I need to get the longitude, like this one, copy, so I need to paste it inside there. Perfect. And I'm gonna get this one API and paste it. Once you get the result, it means your API is working perfectly. If you face problem, you need to check it. So I'm gonna get this one API, right? So where is API, like this one? So I'm gonna copy this one API, and I need to go on my town and I'm gonna paste it, but I'm gonna use a literal template on there, right? So inside the latitude on there I need to use $let variable, like this one, and the next one is I need to use long variable. And by the way, this is the API key, so I need to pass my API key that is assigned on my top of page. API URL, no, this is only API variable, so I need to paste it only API. Right, perfect. So you can use same tactics to getting the data from this one API and display the data inside the web page, but inside they have some technical thing is you need to get the data. So let's look at that, how we can do that. So I will use same thing. Yeah, I'll use asynchronous function. This is by the way async function, and I'm going to use function data. You can write any name as you want. Fetch function, and I'm going to use forecast API. Then I'm going to use console.log and I'm passing data. You can't see the data inside the console because you need to call the function. So I'm going to copy this one function, go to my top of page, inside the result code if statement body. So inside that I'm going to use forecast function. I'm going to paste it, but inside there we need to pass two parameters. So you need to get the parameter data from longitude and latitude. So let's use it, result dot card let. So by the way, this is the data that is stored inside there. In a minute I will share you result dot latitude, and the next one is result. So yeah, card dot long, just long. First we're gonna save it, and I'm gonna use France on there, hit enter. Right now, first of all, I'm gonna show you quad. Inside the quad have as you can see latitude and longitude, so I have stored those data inside my function. Once you pass the longitude and latitude inside the function, then you will get the result. So here is my result, like that, right? But we need to convert it, so let's convert it, then you will get the result. Cons result await data.json, like that, and I'm gonna pass it as a data result. So when you will enter France, you will get the France result, right? So right now this is France, and yeah, and this is a forecast, by the way. So I will share you how you can get that. So yeah, so I need to get more than 6 days data, but I will also display the more than 4 days forecast inside my web page, right? So here's a 4 days, right? So let's do the how we can do this. So filter the forecast, create a variable const. So I'm gonna find out unique date data, unique. Create a variable empty, then I will create a const days forecast, and then I'm going to target the result, and inside the result in a minute, inside the result have dt. So by the way, this is a dt means date, so you need to get the dt. No, I will use this time result.filter. Just a minute, I need to get result and filter. Yeah, I will get the result out, then I will get it forecast, right? You can write any name on there. After that, I'll use const forecast date, then you will get the new date from your forecast. You need to pass it, and you need to use dt underscore, just a minute, dt where it is, in a minute I need to get the forecast means the current, and dt underscore txt. By the way, this is a date function. Inside there I need to pass my particular date time, which will get from the API, right? And then I need to use the get date function. First we're gonna check it's working or not, then I will work on that later. Forecast date, but also I need to use another code on there, then we're gonna check it. So I'm gonna use if unique forecast means this array that includes doesn't find forecast date, this one variable, then come into the if body, right? Inside the if body I need to push the data on there, so I need to use return keyword and we use unique forecast, and we need to pass the value. So I'm going to use push dot forecast days, forecast date, forecast date. Okay, I need to pass this one, right? Same thing. So I need to check it now, this is working or not. So I'm gonna use console.log and I'm gonna paste it. So save, and I'm gonna use France, hit enter, filter. Okay, there's a problem, 151. So yeah, and this is result data.json fetch API. So everything is perfect on there, but the problem on here. So I need to check that where is problem right now. Update asynchronous function, forecast API, fetch data and data.json. Everything is clear. So I use result filter and forecast. Days forecast. Okay, I'm gonna use not if not exist on there. So let's filter. Okay. Okay, as a filter. So it's my mistake. So I'm gonna use France. Hit enter. Filter. What is problem right now? Result. Inside the result have first of all I will comment out. I'm gonna cut that. I'm gonna use console.log and use result. So and let's look at that what we are receiving from this one API. Just a minute, why I'm able to see this one data? Okay guys, I need to change the API and there is a weather to forecast, right? This is very important. So this is my mistake, sorry for that. So you need to change it to forecast. In top of your page you need to use the API key name is weather. After that they have a question mark and query, and inside the forecast you need to use forecast, then you will get the result. So let's try it now one more time. So I'm going to use France. Right now you will get the different result, so like this one, right? First we're gonna save it, and yeah, I need to check it one more time for cost and question mark longitude, and yeah. So let's type the same code one more time and let's check it now it's working or not. Okay, here's a mistake. The promise is day forecast. Okay, France. Right now I'm able to see 6 dates data has appeared, have been appeared inside there. So those are 6 days data, right? So this is a 23/9 and 23/9 and another date and many other. So we're gonna use those dates inside our project. So let's check it now how we can do that. But before getting that, I need to disable, I want to display more than 4 dates, right? So let's check it now how we can do that. So yeah, I'm gonna use the same thing, days forecast, and I'm gonna use for each for function, and I'm gonna pass in the parameter content and also index number. So inside there I will use if index number is less than equal to is 3, then come into the if body. Inside the if body I will use the list style item, so like this one. So I need to get this one data, const list content element document query selector and passing that. So I'm going to select this one data and I'm going to use it inside there and use insert adjust HTML and after begin, and also I need to use the function. So which function that are display the complete data. So I will use the forecast. By the way, this is a inside there I'm going to be passing the parameter is content, right? So I will create this one function outside of there, forecast HTML element data. Write the function forecast, same name, and passing the parameter for content. Use curly brackets, and inside that you need to use return little template, and you need to get the data like there, copy and paste on there, just like that. And yeah, I need to paste the same code. So I want to display the image, so I need to go on top of my page. So you need to get the same thing that you have assigned on top, like this one. Copy and go to down, and inside there you need to paste it, but inside the data you need to replace the content as for content. You will get the result, you will get the image. And this is the temperature, so forecast, just a minute. Okay, the next one is temperature, so I'm gonna get this one temperature from there with with this one, and I'm gonna paste in there, right? You'll get, this is important, Saturday, this is a date, right? So how you can give the date? So let's work on that. First of all, we're gonna check it's working or not, then we're gonna display the date. So I'm gonna use France and hit enter. 137. Okay, here is a mistake, guys. I need to change this one content, or for content, so it should be displayed France, hit enter. Right now, guys, as you can see, the data is appeared inside there, perfect. But also I need to use the you need to change the HTML data, right? So where it is, list, and there I need to use that inner HTML like this one, so it should be displayed. No, this is my mistake. In a minute. Okay, I need to go on my top of my this one area. So inside there I'm going to select a list content element in the HTML equal to empty. The default, you can't see anything else inside there, right? So let's find out, like France. Right now I am able to see the data is up here, but why it doesn't working perfectly on the, so align, so okay guys, I need to select a list title, list content URL tag, then it should be displayed, and I think it should be, I remove the problem right now. So let's try it one more time. Right now everything is cool, guys. As you can see, the data is up here on there. And also I will change that is United Kingdom, hit enter. Right now the different result, Saturday and Saturday, but we're gonna work on that to display the days, right? So let me show you how you can use the days. So I have an object top of my page or days array, so I'm gonna getting those data from there. So let's do that. So const day new date, and this time I'm gonna getting the current date from my this one object, from my current objects, or in a minute this one object dt.txt, right? So this is current date. So I'm gonna passing the parameter on there, right? The next one is I need to create a const day name, so I need to target the same thing, days. By the way, this is a days array that have a sign on top of a page like this one, right? So days, after the days you need to use array. Inside the array you need to pass the day object like this one, and you need to use get day function, then you'll get the day. So let me show you. Day name, now like this one. So look at that. Date is not a constructor. Just a minute. This is the date. So and France, hit enter. Right now Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, so those are dates are appear inside there, but I want to display more than 3 characters like Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Moon. So how you can do that? So let's work on that. So I'm going to use const split day, day name dot split. How many characters you want to display? 3. So let's find out. Split day like this one. I'm going to comment out. So France, hit enter. MONTUEWED. So we need to join it also. So join day, split day dot join, and like that. So let's look at that. Join day, and you'll get the result. Let's see. France, hit enter. MONTUEW, and I want to display current date inside there, current days. So I need to get it, and I'm gonna paste it inside there like that. But you will get the different result from right to left. You can't see the data is appeared left to right. So in a minute I will show you. I will use France, hit enter. Right now, as you can see, by the way, this is Monday, right side, the data is appear right side, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So this is the final one, is your task. When you will use it to display the data in the Monday's right side, means you need to ascending those data, right? And finally I will use the, I know this video is very too long, but I will use the little bit of effect on there in a minute. So when it will hold more than few seconds, then display the data. So this is the data. So I will use set interval like this one, and run that after 15 seconds. So and let's children of France. Perfect. Okay, sorry for that. So this is a set time out function. So every 15 seconds France. Yeah, perfect. And do you want to display the class? You can do that. You can add the animation. You can do this. So I'm going to select my image container class. Let's dot add, and I'm going to use fed in. So I'm going to select the fed in, well, active inside the CSS. Just a minute, I need to check the, and this is the container where it is will display that icons. So this is the icon tag. When the icons tag is active, right? So I'm going to use the transition animation and the duration 0.5 as a not a fad, right? And forward. Then I want to use animation delay 0.3, not 3, 7 seconds. Yeah, Then I'll use the fade in inside the keyframes, fade in, and the fade in I'm gonna use it to transition all 0.5 asset, and I'm gonna use opacity is 1. By default I need to select the icons, so yeah, I need to select the icons, and I'm gonna use opacity is 0. Default you can't see the image and content, but when you will enter something you will get a result like as you can see, right? You can also use the same effect inside the right side and inside there. So I hope you understood as well all about how you can create a weather app using HTML, CSS and JavaScript. So thank you very much for watching. Have a nice day.